This is the 8th month of my breakthrough journey, and so many things are happening that it's really hard to condense them all in one video. But I wanted to focus on the biggest aspect probably of it all, and that is growth is impossible without change. If you're not happy with where you're at in music or anything in life, you have to figure out which moves you need to make in order to change that. In my case, growth meant developing my production skills and making sure that my product is even better and more competitive in today's music market. I wanted to be sure that whenever an artist client comes in with a project, they walk away with a smile on their face and with a piece of music that they can be proud of. God, it's hot out here. And yet, however important it is as an artist to have such a high standard for your music, it is even more important to be able to develop the tools that you need to get your music in front of everyone. And that is being comfortable in front of a camera and being able to produce high quality social media content. Everybody's out there screaming, "Look at me, 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 me." So how do you stand out? That is the question you need to focus on. And that's possibly the thing I'm focusing on the most right now, because I'm building a platform on social media in order for myself and the music that I produce for the artists that I work with to have exposure and to gain traction. And doing that means thinking creatively, stepping out of your comfort zone, and being unafraid of sharing your perspective and your art in a way that captures attention. You know, some of the artists that I've spoken with are extremely reluctant to do that because it takes effort, takes focus, and everyone is like, I just want to focus on music. And I agree, music by itself is already such a big thing to focus on. But if you want to play that big stage, that arena, that stadium, you're going to be in front of a lot of people. So why don't you start now? Why don't you start getting in front of a camera, which is much, much easier, and you could start building your audience there if you know how to do it. That's exactly what Break Thru is teaching me right now. And I have already seen some growth on my Instagram reels, on my TikTok reels, on my YouTube shorts. And that's because I think I'm putting in the effort and the consistency that the algorithms require for your content to stay relevant and be pushed out there to new audiences. But it works. I've seen it work now. And it's really motivating me to push forward, keep going, and make even better content, more engaging. I look at the metrics, I look at the data, and I try to figure out what works and what doesn't. And that's what I believe every artist should be thinking of doing in 2025. And moving forward, that's all it's going to be. You can build your own path. You just got to shift the way you look at this. I'm looking at it as a way to connect with people, provide a better service, and ultimately achieve growth. If you want a career in music, you should be doing that too. There's obviously so much that goes into making successful content online. But I have to say that I see a lot of people doing it and they already have great success, even though arguably the content isn't even that good. Their consistency is being rewarded. And I'm talking about big profiles on Instagram and on TikTok, which have massive followings just because they show up in people's feed. If they can do it, so can you. And if you have great music and you're able to build great social media content to go along with it, then there is no way that you're not gaining that traction you so rightfully deserve. I'm Mike from Sorrentino Music Production. Till next time, ciao.